Shavua Tov, everyone. Welcome to video number 45 in our What's Up story group. I adapted this story from the website rabbishimon.com. Last year I sent it around to my email story list. I call it Heavenly Soup. Rabbi Elimelech of Lizhensk is one of the more famous rabbis in Hasidic history. He was a major disciple of the Maggid of Mezritch, the successor to the Baal Shem Tov, at the same time as the Alter Rebbe of Chabad, Rabbi Levi Yitzchak of Berditchev, etc. After the Maggid passed away, those members of the inner core of the Maggid's disciples who were from the Poland Galicia area accepted the Rabbi Melech upon themselves as their Rebbe, the Rebbe of Rebbes. The Alter Rebbe and Rabbi Menachem Vitebsk had returned to Russia, to White Russia, and they were not included in this group. And most of the Hasidic dynasties that exist today are descendants of the disciples of Rabbi Elimelech in that generation. His short book of ethical, moral Hasidic teachings called Noam Elimelech is one of the more popular Hasidic books. Towards the end of his life, the Rabbi Elimelech ate very little. His relatives and his friends implored him to eat, but to no avail. One day, his son, Rabbi Elazar, begged him, please, at least eat enough for survival. But the Rabbi Elimelech said, I would like to, but my body is rejecting everything physical. I just can't eat. And he thought for a moment. He said, once when I was many years ago when I was in self-exile, in my younger years, so I lodged at an inn near such and such village, and there I tasted a soup that was very delicious. That I could eat. But, that inn is just much too far away. Rabbi Elazar was amazed to hear his father express about a food being delicious, since he seemed to have no involvement with food at that level ever in his life since he became Hasidic. In any case, many years later, after Rabbi Elimelech had passed away in 1787, Rabbi Elazar found himself in that village that his father had mentioned, and he immediately sought out the inn and asked the hostess if she could please prepare for him some soup, your special soup. And she said, my special soup? I'm sorry, sir, we're very poor. We're very poor. Hardly any travelers stop here, pass by here, and ourselves we have only flour and beans to eat. But I would be happy to make you a bean soup, sir. And of course, Rabbi Elazar accepted with alacrity. She prepared the soup, and when he tasted it, he had like a special spiritual delight. He felt like he was eating from the sacrifices in the temple in Jerusalem. He asked her, please tell me, what ingredients did you use in this wonderful soup? And she began to cry. She said, I'm sorry that this meal that I served you was so meager. But that's all I had. That's all I had was the beans. I put them in water and I cooked them. And then I prayed to God, Master of the universe, you've honored me with the special mitzvah of providing a meal for an exalted guest. And I wish I could serve a meal with meat and vegetables and spices, fitting for such a noble personage. But I have nothing except these beans. You, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you have everything. You have everything. You have your Gan Eden and paradise, and all the scents and flavors are contained within. So, please God, you can spare some of your flavors and scents and put them in this soup, that my special guest can enjoy his food. And then Rabbi Elazar understood why his father had a longing for this soup. This pious woman of such great faith, her prayers were answered, and indeed the soup did have the taste of Gan Eden, of paradise.